Good morning and thank you for joining us. Hope still not dead for electronic transmission of our results on election nights. Hello guys.
Good morning.
Nigerians are not backing down. Good morning, PK.
Good morning.
Nigerians are not backing down.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you know these.
Are you sure they are not backing down?
Yeah,
they do the right thing.
They are not. They are not because the opportunity the conference committee has to harmonize the version passed by the House of Reps and the version passed by the Senate is still open and is still there for them to listen to the voices of the people should they choose to do so. If you look at the distribution of this upper house and the lower house, you know, yesterday there were two senators that were arguing. One said, oh, more people voted for me. The other one said, less, I belong to the ruling party. Every state in Nigeria has 3 senators, no matter your population. But it's not so with the House of Rep. House of Rep is calibrated by representation of the population. That is why the number of House of Rep can grow. It can increase tomorrow. But that of the state remains the same. So you find out that the House of Rep is closer to the people by population. And democracy is the issue of numbers. And these people passed what is close, to what Nigerians want. Even though you're not getting real time like your president is showing, at least when you finish voting and sign the physical paper, it should immediately be uploaded as the only way, like what happened the last time, without the option of manual collation or overriding the electronic transfer. Even though you choose to do them side by side, you should not override. The electronic transfer is what transmission is what the people want. So if what the senators want is different from what the House of Rep wants, and House of Rep is closer to the people, both in population and in demand, in number 360 of them, I think the conference committee should do what Seriake Dickson has said, who is also a senator. Let's be clear, not all senators wanted this opportunity destroyed. They want electronic transmission of result. Should this conference committee listen to the voice of reason from Nigerians? Nigerians want to elect their leaders. Let me start from you, Philip.
Thank you very much. You see, it's a very interesting, era we are. Yes, the committee should listen to Nigerians. Truth remains that Nigerians and those stakeholders who has interest need to do the needful. What is lawmaking all about? It's all about lobbying. Now it has been narrowed down to a committee. Those interests, such as the opposition leader, this is the time for them to come out of their chef, to go beyond in front of camera and content creation, to go into the nitty-gritty of lawmaking, to the extent of lobbying members of this committee to do the right thing. Now there's an ample opportunity. We have 2 versions that is need to be harmonized. One is in favor of what the people want. The other one is closer to it, but a little bit step aside. So what you need to do is to harmonize to come to a middle point. If the stakeholder do the needful, do the right thing, and they lobby as it is, not just coming to front of camera and you carry mattress, you say you are occupying and you protest for 2 seconds, you are back in your comfort home. That's not where it is right now. What it is right now is for those who are clamoring for this change. The names of the committee's members are out there. The senators, the House of Reps, they are out there. They should reach out to them and make them see reason why they should do what Nigerian people want.
All right, results. If you're looking for results, your method could be different. But if you're looking for praise, let people just say you are trying, activism, get more followers, things like that, your methods are different. Now the conference committee members are known, or they'll be known. Let me put it that way. It's not a secret. These people are also from constituencies and districts. They are reachable. Just like Philip said, it is now easier for all the groups. Is it civil society? Is it the opposition? Is it even the ruling party? It doesn't have to be opposition. APC are also going to be part of this election. And APC is not popular everywhere. There are places for it, even in the north, like in Zamfara State, we have a PDP governor there. So there are places that APC themselves also may not be able to take advantage of glitches, for example. So that is why this issue of transparent election is for everybody. Do you think it's now the best time to ensure that the people in this harmonization committee are closed in and they are made to do what the people want?
Okay, thank you very much. I think Nigeria needs a lot of education. I think between the protesters, the legislators, the senators, there's no good education. Now, what we have are two English words. One is transfer, one is transmission. Now, the transmission real time is that as you are voting, is showing on the board that you are voting. That one right now is what we cannot get.
It's not the table at all.
It's not obtainable now.
No, yeah.
Now, what people should know that we are clamoring for is what we call transfer.
Electronic
in other words, electronic transmission
yes.
of the transfer of result. That if the that form is filled and all the party agents, including the INEC and any other person that is supervising, signs the document, dotted document, that thing is put into the IREF and electronically transferred,
yes.
so that by course of transferring the result from ward to local government,
physical transfer, and that's why they're being careful using the word electronic transmission. So it will be clear.
It will be clear, so that there will not be an alteration before it gets from ward to local government, from local government, or even from a polling booth to ward. Because the people need to know the process. You have polling booths, they have collation. Then from the polling booths, they go to the ward. I don't know if you understand.
That's right.
From the ward, you go to local government. We don't want any altercation or alteration from the ward to from the polling booth to the ward.
Yes.
We don't also want any cancellation
as they move up the ladder.
So now that result is transferred electronically to INEC portal through the IREF. I don't know if you understand. So when you now bring this physical result, it must be in tandem.
So now that the conference committee is
now that the conference committee
activities begin, the
activities should focus.
The results.
The activities should focus on the transfer. That's why they should harmonize it, so that we will not be bamboozled by what this one said, what that one said, so that we will know what we are fighting for.
Okay,
sir, we don't know what we are fighting for from the protesters. That's why we are saying that these protests need to be clean and clear.
I think the protesters are generally, you don't expect everybody to be the senators that have the books. The protesters they do not even have the bill before them.
Exactly.
You know, the way they make laws in Nigeria is so, how do I call it, shrouded in secrecy that the people up to today in the tax laws, people don't have it. You know, but let's not get into that. If the people have the privilege to have the books, the competition you are trying to explain will not be there. The real time, I think the people now know that the real time is like the way your pressing is happening. Those ones, even the House of Red didn't take that.
No.
Because, you know, the chances of hacking is there. We don't have any other one to check it. Because everything is checked. Even when you go to the bank, in some transaction, you feed the teller. You know, so that is used as a check against whatever you are imputing.
Yes.
So what they are looking for is the electronic transmission of the result sheet, not necessarily digital voting. Not a digital voting. Digital voting is not on the table, even at the House of Rep. So, like I said earlier, now there are many stakeholders group. The opposition parties are there, even the ruling parties are there. International, agencies are there. You look at the CSO, though the CSO are not really vocal these days, but they are still there in some form. Then the general, do I call them now, because they are switching the whole fight to content creating sites, like you said, carrying a mattress that you're not going to use, carrying a towel that you're eventually not going to use. Those are symbolic, and sometimes they also show that we are not happy with what you are doing. You will never be able to discredit protest. Protest is very good because it raises awareness, and it tells the people that we are not happy with what you are doing. Now, who and who should the opposition party, in your own knowledge, delegate to closing with this conference committee?
Good question. You see, it's only in this country we do not have professional lobbyists.
Yeah.
They are people who are specially trained in that regard.
In Washington, D.C., you have over 4,000 lobbyist organizations.
But that's not to say that we don't have lobbyists in this country. They are there silently. I think sincerely the stakeholders, the interested parties should engage people who are good in lobbying the legislature to go ahead and lobby this committee, especially like you rightly pointed out, these persons that are in the committee, they are from constituency, they are from district. We know their name, we know the district they come from. First thing first, where they should engage lobbyists to reach out to them. Secondly, Nigeria should mount pressure in their district and in their constituency to reach out to them to do the right thing. I think if they can employ these two methods effectively, not just singing and dancing and playing to the gallery, I think we achieve the result we're looking at. Yes, it's agreed we want to transmit a result electronically, but if you don't get these people to make it a law, it's not going to happen.
Okay, sensationalism is not going to do the job. I just talked about having over 4,000 lobbyists in DC. Actually, it's between 11,000 to 13,000. It's a lot more registered in DC, for example, to lobby. So when you say lobby in Nigeria, they think it's just bribery. No, it is people that know how to build up advocacy, and they have network to reach out to these interests, letting them know the implications of not having this thing done. Oftentimes, presentation of reasons. For example, look at the effect of electing somebody who is not popular. You spend more in security, you spend more in everything, you spend more in post-election advocacy, which is not necessary. You keep campaigning even after election because you realize that the people didn't vote for you. So it's a cost to the people, it's a cost to government. These are the jobs of lobbyists to close in on these legislators, closing into with their committee and do the job. We officially don't have that here, but like you said, we unofficially do have some people like Okwala that was speaking yesterday. He said he has network. He was able to reach out to his internal networks. How will this, how do I call it, opposition that is even in a ragtag position? ADC is not even organizing themselves. I didn't see Atiku flanked by P2B, flanked by Erufai, flanked by David Mark, flanked by Amechi, flanked by those notable figures there, flanked by Bolaji Abdullahi, flanked by Ralph Alebo-Shola. Coming out, even in ADC, I didn't see a formidable front. Let alone ADC working with Abure. Is it Abure or Nenadi? Or going to SDP? Is it Gabam or Sadiq? The same thing. How will they put themselves together? Let's just talk about opposition, leave other interest.
Okay, so what we have is that what we should be doing right now is what they call the bipartisan movement to make sure that there is a front that is being put forward. There's something I said the last time. I said it's either the opposition, because the opposition didn't give a good voice at the beginning to this electronic transmission of results. Yes. I said it's either they are thinking that they don't want to outrig the ruling government. Yeah. They are planning in their own style. Now we have gotten to almost the tail end of it. We could have saved ourselves a lot of hassles and all the things we are doing now if we started this lobbying and this bipartisan movement.
Go back to the things we've been talking about since last year. When we were fighting in opposition, we said no, this is a wasted effort. You should be talking about what is standing between you and credible election, which is INEC and the process.
They too were not also looking out for tangible election. So now we have PDP, SDP, Labour, ADC, and others. What they should do is that, for example, you're even talking about the ADC. We don't have a common front, even in the ADC, where all the parties that are involved, irrespective of what you are vying for or your ambition. For example, we have the Seriake of Adamawa, that's Atiku Abubakar, we have Peter Obi, we have Amechi. Both of them come together, put aside their ambition first and said this should be about party. Then we have SDP, but most of this party, apart from ADC to an extent, they are in disarray. So forming like you said just now, is it Nenadi or Abure that they're going to deal with? Is it Gabam or the other one they're going to? So who are they going to do? So this is the problem that they have. But if they can shove this problem aside and bring in these people together,
all right.
they'll be able to
I
do it.
saw in certain platforms where they are distributing the numbers of some of these senators and all that, trying to call them cannot solve the problem. It's like a blackmail. It cannot solve the problem. These senators themselves, we realize that majority of the senators actually want electronic transmission of results because they also want their fate to be in the hands of their people, not in the hands of INEC. Senators themselves, if senators themselves really indeed, majority of them voted for electronic transmission of results, and House of Rep members voted, these people are going for re-election. Should also they have a stronger duty to lobby their colleagues to ensure that what Nigerians want for the first time, let us elect our leader. Let our vote bring the prerogative on which our leaders emerge.
You see, it is a good thing for Dickson to say that the committee should adopt the version of the House of Representatives. It's also a good thing we are talking about lobbyists in this table. Don't forget, there are two opposing views. Those who want it to the way it is, and those who want it the other way. So when you are saying that there was a vote, a good thing you said there was a vote for and vote against. Both forces are in the House. So it is these both forces that will go for lobbying. That is why when you said you saw in a platform they are distributing number, this is not the time for blackmailing at all. It's not going to work. No. This is the time for you to make people see reason why they should do what you think is right. That is why I'm of the opinion that stakeholders, like you said, no matter how disarrayed they are, individually or collectively, should employ the method of lobbying this committee to do the right thing.
All right. Are you expecting an expanded World Press Conference where you are going to see all the opposition leaders and all stakeholders, no matter the position you are vying for? Expanded press conference. Why this harmonization is going on?
Well, in a very short word, I'm not expecting any coordination because they are not coordinated right now. Everybody is acting on their own. If Obi was going to the rally, it should have gone in tandem with a wide range of other interest people so that their voice will be loud. But what I'm expecting is that those that are in the opposition, in quote, from the particular party, because there are people in APC right now that wants to knock off Oshomole as a senatorial candidate in my place, and he wants the election result to be transmitted real time. I don't know if you understand. So those people, some of them are still within the rank of the APC. I don't know if you understand. And some of them are within the rank of other parties. But they should join together so that they will be able to, their voice will be able to be strong. So I advise them. Right now we are not seeing coordination. We are not seeing instruction being chunked out from one source. Everybody is acting independent. Exactly. We need this.
All right. This is not a time to go with the medal syndrome. I'm the one that is out there. The other people are not there. No. This is a time to synchronize your effort. Communicate what you want to do. You want to go protest, you want to have a press conference, you want to do anything, call other stakeholders. The medal syndrome, the one that is there, the other one was not there, is not going to work at this time. We have to be result oriented. We'll be right back.